And so if you're a male who's successful in a given hierarchy, the probability that you're going to have additional mating opportunities is exceptionally high. So how do you solve it? Well, here's how women solve it. Throw them in a ring, let them compete at whatever they're competing at, assume that the man who wins is the best man, marry him.
Yes.
It's a brilliant solution. It's actually the solution that appears to have driven our evolutionary departure from chimpanzees.
It's a biological solution.
It's a biological solution, but it has a cost.
What is the cost?
Well, the cost is polygamy.
What up, it's HughFlynt, Playboy the Hustler. Welcome to my page, HughFlynt's Philosophy. If you've been here before, you already know what it is. And if it's your first time, I'm gonna need y'all to bang that like button, bang that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so y'all can rock with me every time I drop a new video. Now, today I'm gonna be getting into the relationship between hypergamy and polygamy. These are listed as social behaviors. If there are, scientists that say that this is a part of your genetic makeup, then I'm just going to agree with them. All right. But this is the conclusion that I've come to. We know that now there's open hypergamy and, there's dual mating strategies. Women are just wilding, and 80% of the women, they want to date the top 20% of the men, et cetera, et cetera. And it's ridiculously lopsided and it's crazy.
Well, you see this happening in universities where women outnumber men. So the men hypothetically have more sexual opportunity, but that isn't what happens. What happens is that a small minority of men have all the sexual opportunity. A fairly large minority of men don't. The women are unhappy because they can't find a committed relationship.
The hypergamy in women, I believe, is in their genetics, okay? And when it comes to poly as well, so I'm not going to get into the polyandries and polyamorouses and all of those, all right? Let's be clear. It's my belief that men are genetically programmed to want poly, to want many, okay? Many wives, many lovers, many women, okay? Now, what I think is that there's only two ways to do it. You either practice it or suppress it, okay? Now, these are just mating strategies. They're both mating strategies, okay? And hypergamy is they're trying to choose the best mate. They're trying to get the best deal possible. Hypergamy has been embedded in a woman's DNA. It's just, that's their mating strategy. It just depends on how they want to act on it. The mating strategy is what it is, but I think it's embedded. And even with the polygamy, the poly life for men, that's our mating strategy. Our whole mating strategy is for reproduction, abundance of reproduction. That's why we can repopulate so fast. It is what it is. There's only two ways it can go. You either practice it or suppress it. Now, over the years, some guys practice it, some guys suppress it. With this whole forced monogamy, and I think I heard JP talk about this quite a few times, how unfair it is. A lot of guys won't be able to reproduce.
I don't think that having enforced monogamy as a part of our cultural norm is going to help those people. I really don't.
It does.
How's it going to help them?
Well, because what happens is if a polygamous society develops, which is the alternative, then a small minority of men get all the women. That's what happens.
Oh, okay, I could see
that's
that.
That's the only point that I was making.
This theoretical world. And then you do have this problem where there's a small group of men that are fucking all the women.
And normalizing one way to do things, it doesn't really work for everybody. Now, are there women that are okay with suppressing their hypergamy because she's in a marriage and she's already made a decision? There's nothing wrong with that if she chooses to suppress. If a man has already sowed his royal oats and he chooses to be in a monogamous situation with his lover or his wife, if he wants to be monogamous and suppress his true nature, then that's it. But he is suppressing. Any man that's in a monogamous situation is suppressing his natural genetic urges to be poly. And any woman that's in any situation where she could practice hypergamy and she decides not to, she is suppressing her genetic gifts. And the reason why I say it's a gift is because hypergamy and polygyny played a big part in our civilization, how we evolved so fast. Women started just picking out the best specimens and mating with them. And them dudes was killing it. They was knocking up everything.
Well, first of all, I'm not in favor of unbridled hierarchies. Like I already said, that the proclivity of a hierarchy is that all the spoils go to the person at the top,
right,
and that can destabilize the whole structure.
Yes.
So we have to have a dialogue about how to rectify that.
So women, they just want to have the best chances at having the best offspring. They want their offspring to be healthy, productive. When it comes to men, what's our mating strategy? Be fruitful. That's it. Be fruitful. Spread our seed. That's it. It's that simple. And what's the easiest way to do that? Poly. That's how you spread your seed. That's the fastest way to spread it. That's what it is. So anything other than that, you're suppressing your true nature. And I'm not even saying that every man has to practice poly. Some men enjoy suppressing their nature to look at them tig old bitties. Some men are okay with suppressing their nature to deal with this other thought. And they're good. And they like their wholesome life. And that's respectable and commendable. My only problem is that we should embrace the decision. They are deciding to be monogamous. They shouldn't have to be forced. They should understand that there's a choice. You can practice your true nature. You don't have to suppress it. If you feel better suppressing it, so be it. But you don't have to. It's not a must. It's a choice. So let me know what y'all think. Am I reaching with this whole practice or nature or suppress it? Let me know what y'all think, because I think the two are connected.
So part of the way that women solve the problem that you're just describing, and I'm not saying anything for this or against this, this is a purely factual biological claim, is they pick a monogamous marriage and they cheat with high status guys.
Sometimes, we're on the same page. Sometimes we're not. Right now, we're not. Women are encouraged to practice their hypergamy, even if it's toxic, even if she needs to leave her husband, leave her kids, leave her family. And then on the men's side, it's forced monogamy. So right now, we're not really on the same page. But that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the comment section and let me know what's popping. Where y'all at on this? I want to know what y'all's thinking is about this whole ideology. And then here's another thing I want to touch on real quick. Even when it comes to the social shaming, the social conditioning, the social policing, I think that was actually a good thing. When men sired children and then all of a sudden they abandoned their responsibilities, they were shamed. They couldn't come back to the village. They couldn't come back to the city. They was outcasts. Boys get stoned if they come back to the city. You left your job. But the village would have to step up and take care of the young. Know what I mean? And so everybody was looking out for the young, and if he come back, he's done. That was the social policing. That was the social shaming. And I don't think that was toxic. I think that was order. I think that was necessary. Even with the mother. As far as being a mother, she had to be nurturing. She had to nurture the children. She had to basically look out for their well-being. You know, when it came to being a good wife, you know, it was about being supportive, being faithful, being submissive. And these were just natural characteristics that a good woman was asked to have. And if she didn't, she would be socially shamed if she was unfaithful. Things of that nature. Okay, so, you know, I don't necessarily think the shaming in itself is toxic. It can get toxic, but the shaming in itself, it kept order, kept people in line. And for real, shaming, sometimes it's your last line of defense, especially in some of these cases that we're dealing with now when it comes to the modern dating landscape. Maybe some people took advantage of it and that's why they went away with it. I don't really know. But I do know that right now men are being policed and social shamed into monogamy. And women, on the other hand, they really have no responsibilities when it comes to their mating strategies. They can do whatever they want. They want a monkey branch, they can monkey branch. They can practice, suppress, whatever. But if a man wants to practice his true nature as a man and be poly, everything in the book you could think of throwing at him. Shaming language, criterias. A lot of men just want to do them. A lot of men just want to have the choice to be poly or monogamous. In closing, the women, they still have the choice to do the hypergamy thing or not. But it's in their DNA. They're either going to suppress it or practice it. Same with poly for men. Either you're going to suppress it like society wants you to, or you're going to go against the grain and practice it and do what you want to do. If that's what you want to do. Right? So, that's my video for today. You already know what I need y'all to do. Bang that like button, bang that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so y'all can rock with me every time I drop a new video. You heard me?